Welcome back, viewers, to the 6th day of our trek along the Haute Route in the French and Swiss Alps. If you've been tuning in, you'll have followed a sickly 5-foot Lythe catching a virus on a remote glacier and having to hike out the following morning on an empty stomach. We left you in a thunderstorm next to Lac de Moiry, and I was okayish by this time, but still not eating much. Our next stage is going to take us up and over the Pas de Chèvres at 2,372 metres.
Let's see the Pas de Chèvres.
And then over the Col du Riedmatten at 2,919 metres, dropping into the tiny town of Arolla to pick up further provisions. We then made it as far as Lac Bleu, so let's get going.
Here's our camp spot. Quite dramatic light on the hills, some brightness, but some darkness as well. What a dramatic place. There's your 360. Started day 6, just leaving the camp. The trace, get into the head or the back wall of the reservoir that's been dammed, and we've got a place called Step of the Cat. Not quite sure what that involves, but we'll find out. It's magnificent mountain terrain around every corner. It's a spectacular view.
Wow. Wow.
It's quite ominous at the moment. Always dry on the trail. We've got some blue sky coming in behind, but this end of the valley at the moment is looking pretty gloomy. Waterproof's on as we go through the Step of the Cat.
Lac de Moiry is blocked at its northern end by a massive dam known as the Barrage de Grande Puissance, claimed to be the world's highest at 284 metres.
Bonjour. Merci.
We'd been looking forward to the ascent of the Pas de Chèvres, utilising ladders and chains, topped with a metal stairway with platforms. Sadly, the path was closed, so instead we had to take a more direct ascent to the Col du Riedmatten, which was unrelentingly steep, loose and boulder-strewn.
We're in a rather cosy space at the moment, so I can't get you all in. 2 faces and a rather loose ascent up there. Wasn't terribly pleasant, but we're at the top of it now. So yeah, there is a route up the rock there. Truth, and look at that.
Just come round the corner dropping from the col. Look at that. And if I just pan round very slowly.
As we dropped a long way down to the minor ski resort of Arolla, I was feeling weaker but much brighter than I had the previous adrenaline-fueled day.
Wow, 5-star day. Again.
But I was finally feeling hungry, and I had an irresistible urge to eat a huge chip butty with tomato ketchup.
In the distance to the back, that impressive mountain we've been looking at is Mont Colon, and then we We've got lots of don'ts here. Around even more teak and challenge peaks. A little further on, another glacier. Mist and cloud building. Walk into Arolla. Let's see the Pas de Chèvres.
Don't laugh. I used to have to go to ballet lessons.
Is that it? You did that wobble at the end?
So here's my inelegant version of the ballet movement, Pas de Chèvres.
Very good, so. Let's see you do it now, David.
The glacier is more impressive.
I'd love to have seen Dave's version. Anyway, I finally got to satisfy my hunger with that chip butty in Arolla, and I soon regretted it.
This is Arolla. Very pretty. But don't be fooled into thinking that there's a big supermarket and lots of choice here, because the supermarket is very poor. However, the sun's come back out again. I bought some bread and cheese. My stomach still isn't quite right. Next town is Le Sage.
You got the white knuckles holding on a tie, keeping your feelings bottled up inside.
Unfortunately, the chip butty was just too much.
Just out of Arolla.
This next section was my lowest point of the entire trek. It's not obvious from this footage, but I could barely put one foot in front of the other. Whilst I kept the food down, I was feeling sick again. I was goosed. So as soon as we reached Lac Bleu, I needed to stop and simply get in the tent and go to sleep.
End of day 6 in the tent. Thunder on cue. Well, isn't camping brilliant? Ain't camping brilliant? Yeah. Second night. Just got the tent up in the nick of time.
It wasn't a great stealth camp, being so close to civilization, but I didn't want to take another step.
We're eating the very thing that made me sick. Tucking into it. I don't know what I look like right now, apart from the cold sore down there. But the smell of those noodles isn't...
Demo ramen, beef flavour. Be nice with some beef in it.
See you in the morning.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Feeling much refreshed, and after leaving Lac Bleu, the trail took us through the small villages of Les Haudères and Le Sage, where we restocked with food, then through the meadows, over Col du Tsaté, and finally dropping to Lac de Moiry, where we pitched for the night.
Day 7, and the team have got up to a wet tent. It's eviction day, and who's going to be leaving the camp today?
Me! I'm the weakest link!
And away on day 7. We hope we've arrived in Le Coulee or Le Goulie. If we haven't, we're off route, but we'll work it out. Nice village.
There ain't much time left to figure things out.
Descending to Les Haudères. No idea how you pronounce that either.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Well, looks like it all got a bit out of hand at the local party last night, the local fair. A few smouldering embers remaining.
Colours, colours, colours.
We're in the village of Les Haudères. Haudères. Beautiful morning.
Wow! Oh, I want that!
So who's getting house envy? We've got to Le Sage.
Le Sage is small, charming and friendly, but the village store is not a supermarket and restocking was expensive.
We've just left Le Sage. A little cloud on the hills this morning and it's a little bit cooler.
Keeping your feelings bottled up inside.
We've got another big climb today, so I'm not sure whether we might be heading up there somewhere. Just stop for a breather, it's a steep slope. There's the boys. bit pig penny, isn't it? A few flies around.
En route to Col du Tsaté. Drying the tents out after a stormy night. Change the scenery. What a great spot there, would have been ideal for a wild camp en route to Col du Tsaté. So many places you can just have out of this world views for a campsite.
Yeah, you won't remember it in a couple of years without film.
Col du Tsaté, lunchtime, Friday 2nd of August, day 7 of the Haute Route.
Well, this is relentless, isn't it? The Haute Route. It's relentless climbing. I mean, it is stunningly beautiful and worth every step, but by God, it does sort you out, doesn't it? I've been sick. I've been super strong. I've been captivated by the whole thing. But most of all, that last bloody climb up there. Oh, that was hard work. Oh, it was hard work.
That just through there would be the Zinal Rothorn if it was out the cloud. And coming around here, just above there would be the Weisshorn and the Grand Gendarme. And a little bit more, we would be seeing the Bisshorn. Unfortunately, all at the moment obscured by the cloud. Just over the Col du Tsaté, and we're looking up to Glacier de Moiry, and just over there is the hut, Cabin de Moiry. What a glacier!
Sadly, as we made the descent to Lac Moiry, the heavens opened and they didn't close again for quite some time.
Some impressive glacier. Up above. Probably hear the hailstones bouncing off my hood. Glacier now with a mist coming off it, still in the sunshine high up, all togged up in waterproofs. It's not all sunshine, but so impressive.
We dropped down to the roadhead below and sheltered from the storm in a shed which was stuffed with other hikers. We stayed there until the shed was locked and we were asked to vacate the only shelter available other than a rough, unpleasant toilet block. Before we hid in the shed, I remember sitting in the pouring rain, watching an endless stream of water pouring down the crotch of my waterproof trousers. It was rough and it was really getting cold. But finally, and to our enormous relief, the rain cleared and we found a pitch in a dip out of sight of the buildings and close to the lake.
This was our 5-star meal location.
In the rain?
In the rain. We got some shelter. However,
but our troubles were far from over, because Dave was now starting to feel unwell.
It's been a harrowing few hours. We've had hail, thunder, torrential rain, but look at this, how it can all change in the space of, 4 hours. Oh, and it's starting to rain. Back in the tent.
Shortly after this footage, Dave became ill. My heart really went out to him, since I understood exactly what he was going through.
End of day 7.
A rough night was to ensue, with Dave rushing out to try and reach that awful toilet block. Graham and I followed him each time and tried to help him. I tried to keep him warm when he got the shivers which I'd experienced myself only 72 hours earlier.
it's raining again.
3 nights in a row.
3 nights in a row exactly again.
Only when I heard him say that he had a craving for Coca-Cola did I fall asleep, knowing then that he would stop being sick. So after a very, very rough 12 hours or so, we'll leave it here, beneath another impressive glacier, waiting for the weather to improve. I hope you've enjoyed the drama of the last couple of episodes. If so, please do give this a like and join us for the next stage, coming soon. À bientôt!